Welcome back, everybody. Happy New Year. Let's make pancakes, a big old stack of pancakes on the Blackstone Griddle. My inspiration for the video was a visit to the famous Clifton Mill in Clifton, Ohio. Our family went on vacation out east last year. We visited a bunch of beautiful places. My wife went to college in Cedarville, Ohio at Cedarville University, and she would frequently talk about going to visit the really cool Clifton Mill. We finally got to visit. It was August on our 19th wedding anniversary last summer. This year is 20 years for us. Clifton Mill, such a cool place. It was built in 1802. 1802, that's like 200 and almost 230 years old. Math was never my strong suit. It was built by a man named Owen Davis, who was a Revolutionary War soldier and a frontier miller. I read that at one time the U.S. had over 100,000 stream water-fed grist mills, and now there's actually less than 100 in original operation left in the United States. The mill is still in operation. There's a really cool rustic restaurant. We went for a brunch. We had this massive breakfast with pancakes and sausage and everything. Big breakfast at the Clifton Mill. They said it was for 3 people, but I'm gonna say that's more like 5 people, maybe 6 people. There's a really cool little general store there. It sells all the cool stuff, including the pancake mix that I got here, trinkets, candy, whatnot. And I guess the highlight of the year for the Clifton Mill is their famous Christmas lights. It even says so here on the pancake packaging, and my wife has great memories of visiting during the Christmas season with the snow and the lights by the river. We came home with these 3 options: apple cinnamon pancake mix, buckwheat pancake, and buttermilk. So let's go with buckwheat. Sounds rustic to me. I mentioned the word frontier earlier. Rustic, frontier, buckwheat pancakes. I'm gonna follow these instructions very carefully. And by the way, if you're new joining me, welcome. My name's Todd. I've been here on YouTube for I think over 18 years, been cooking on a Blackstone for I think around 14 years or so. My distinction is that, all glory to God, I was the first person to cook on a Blackstone griddle on social media, way back, like 14 years ago. Currently prepping for the Griddle More Tour. So we'll have details in the next couple months coming up for the Griddle More Tour, and we'll look to kick that off sometime around April. If you are new, the Griddle More Tour is a tour that we've done for the last 8 years. That's my counting with a knife. For the last 8 years, in conjunction with Walmart, we have some people that'll fly in or drive in and make a vacation weekend out of it. Usually it's about 3 to 4 hours in a parking lot. We have the trailer, Raul drives the rig in, we have a stage, we have giveaways, we have limited edition hats, lots of free food, music. Sometimes I might be playing some percussion. That'll be griddlemoretour.com. And like I said, the next couple of months, we should start to get some information on the 2026 Griddle More Tour. Blackstone released a brand new pancake kit last summer, and I've actually never used it, ever. Brand new mixer, really nice. You could drop this, it's not gonna break. It's very flexible. Those are pretty cool right there, by the way. Let's give this a try. Mix 2 cups per the instructions. My advice if you're making pancakes or waffles is always make more batter. I'd rather throw away an ounce or 2 of batter than not have enough, because they always do serving suggestions based on the tiniest pancakes. And I don't know many people that eat pancakes that small. In with the batter, 1.5 cups of milk, 2 tablespoons of oil. This is avocado oil. Looks like I'm gonna be pushing the limits as to how much batter I can mix up. 2-bite Todd, always filled to the rim. Oh my. I'm not gonna include the clips of me trying to fit the lid on when I filled it right to the top. Here we go. We're mixing. Oh, mixes very well. Over to my Blackstone Bronco, the XL28 griddle smoker combo. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, you know I always like to put a little bit of oil on my griddle top. I always feel that if you start your cooks with a thin coating of oil and you end your cooks the same, it just helps to maintain that beautiful seasoning. Be careful though, I'm using my bare hands. You can use tongs or heat-resistant gloves. It's a hot griddle. And speaking of hot griddle tops, if you're new, it's hard to tell you what temperature or where you need to have your dial set for your griddle. You know, Blackstone makes griddles that have anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 burners. So a lot of variability there. It needs to be hot enough, you need to feel it, hot enough to cook a pancake, but yet you don't want it to burn a pancake. And on the other end of the spectrum, you don't want to pour the batter on there and just have it run around and not cook. So, you know, as a rule of thumb, maybe 375 degrees, 400 degrees, but I personally never measure the temperature. I just get really good at this. Currently on my griddle, I'm on like medium low, off in the middle, and medium low. I heated it up to high and then I backed it down, even turned that one burner off. Grab some of that butter. Lately I've been using this Irish butter, like the Kerrygold unsalted butter. Put a little bit of butter down there on the griddle top. The same pancake kit that has the dispenser also came with this thin spatula. Just getting started, I'm gonna say I'm probably gonna go back to the ladle. I just like the control. You can kind of do your own thing when you're using a ladle, and you have to use such a small amount of batter to use this. It works really well. This might be perfect if you're just 1 or 2 people, but if you're making big pancakes like I do, I don't know. I'll watch them, we'll look for the bubbles, and ultimately we're looking for bubbles around the edges. It really helps to have a thin spatula, so if you're using a normal spatula or if you're using this new pancake specific spatula, it helps that they're really thin. You can kind of get under the edges. Believe it or not, those look really, really nice. I think we might be able to get in there and give them a flip. In for the flip. This one's a little bigger. I could potentially be in some trouble. The only other tool I have out with me today is my griddle scraper, so let's make the best of it. Let's go in and give it a flip. Personal thing for me, I like to get a little bit of butter and put it on top of the pancakes as soon as I flip them. Their instructions said to add the oil and the eggs for a fluffier pancake. These things are extremely thick and fluffy. These are really, really thick pancakes. I don't want them to burn on the bottom while we're waiting for the inside of these really thick pancakes to cook. So I'm just gonna let them hang out. If you have to, again, use that temperature control. If you were up at medium, maybe at this point, you could go down to super low. Whatever it takes, you don't want the bottom to burn while you're waiting for the inside to come up to temperature. I think I'm gonna stack these in order of size. So largest, medium, and small. And we're gonna go ahead and close that hood for a minute or so. Just allow that temp to come up. While we're waiting for those giant pancakes to finish cooking, a little birdie told me, be on the lookout. New griddles coming in 2026. A lot of new Blackstone griddles. So you're gonna see me premiere a number of the models that will be brand new at Walmart. You're also gonna see some of the other folks at Blackstone. I think Hussey might premiere some of the stuff for Lowe's, and Nate is gonna have a new offering as well. But stay tuned, because you know right here on my channel, I'll bring you as much as I can, as quickly as I can, new Blackstone griddles for 2026. I had that hood closed for about a minute or so on very low temperature. I'm thinking these look absolutely perfect in every way. Over to my plate. I am a big pecan guy. I like to put pecans in my batter, but I think today we'll just put some pecans on top. Just a texture thing with me. I have to have them. And blueberries. Let's do the same thing with blueberries. Blueberries are really hard to put on top of pancakes. Some people have to have blueberries on their pancakes. I could go either way, but it's the middle of winter. So pretty nice to have some blueberries, organic blueberries that we found at Costco. Maine maple syrup. I just finished our whole gallon of Vermont maple syrup. I love it. I found this. We got 2 half-gallon bottles. Got it on eBay. It is the most dark, robust. That's what they call it, grade A, dark, robust. That's what I'm all about. Syrup ever. I've been using this in my Greek yogurt every morning. Oh, here we go. It's maple syrup time. I have to admit it, looks pretty incredible. Let's go in for a slice. See if we can get a big old cross section, because I think that looks really Really cool. Show you what it looks like inside. Oh, look at that steam coming off. You see that? Big old thick Ohio buckwheat pancakes. Ooh-wee. Look at that. Let's give it a try. It's that easy to make killer pancakes on the Blackstone Griddle. Hopefully you enjoyed coming along on a little bit of our summer vacation where we stopped in at the Clifton Mill in Clifton, Ohio, just outside of Cedarville, by the way. What a fun time that was. It was a huge blessing to be there on my anniversary. The love of my life, who's behind the camera. Oh, I better give her a bite. I almost forgot to feed her. So delicious. Thanks for watching, everybody. Keep an eye out at griddlemoretour.com. I'm filming this on January 1st. Hopefully get it up here on YouTube in the next week or two. We're working on the tour. Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for new Blackstone Griddles this year. Stay tuned. I'll have more wild game processing videos coming your way. All told, over 1,000 videos on YouTube, and most of them are on the Blackstone Griddle. I love it. Until next time, everybody, this is Todd. Praise the Lord and pass the pancakes or the flapjacks.